"Do not come up. I will handle them." Those were the final radio transmissions of a commander making an ultimate sacrifice. To understand how it came to that, we have to rewind to the night of November 26, 2008. 10 heavily armed men from Lashkar-e-Taiba, a Pakistan-based militant organization, approached the Mumbai coast in inflatable speedboats under the cover of darkness. After docking at Colaba, they quickly separated. Using handheld GPS devices, they divided into heavily armed two-man teams, navigating precisely toward high-visibility targets across South Mumbai. The violence began almost immediately. At locations like the popular Leopold Café, the attackers opened fire with AK-47s, shooting indiscriminately into crowds of civilians. The attackers brought enough ammunition and explosives to execute a highly coordinated, militarized urban siege designed to paralyze a city of 18 million people. The local Mumbai police responded quickly, but they were immediately trapped in a severe firepower deficit. Armed mostly with older rifles and handguns, the officers were outmatched by attackers wielding automatic weapons and fragmentation grenades. As the night progressed, 4 of the attackers seized the iconic Taj Mahal Palace Hotel. They barricaded themselves inside and deliberately set fires to the upper floors, creating a highly visible spectacle of terror while local forces watched helplessly. The situation required specialized military intervention, prompting the government to activate the National Security Guard, or NSG, an elite counterterrorism force based over 1,100 kilometers away near New Delhi. Mobilizing and airlifting these forces took time, creating a deadly 10-hour delay before help arrived. What began as a local law enforcement emergency rapidly escalated into a multi-site hostage crisis. The massive scale of the attacks required a full military response to neutralize the threat. By early morning on November 27th, the NSG's 51 Special Action Group, the primary offensive wing of the force, arrived on the scene, initiating Operation Black Tornado. Inside the Taj, the terrorists exploited the hotel's labyrinth of corridors and hijacked the CCTV system to track Commandos. To counter this, the NSG employed shock action, deploying teams to the upper levels to force a grueling room-by-room clearance, working top-down. At another target location, Nariman House, dense urban alleyways made a ground approach nearly impossible. Commandos there had to execute a highly dangerous vertical insertion, fast-roking from a hovering Mi-17 helicopter directly onto the roof. Across the city, the Commandos were navigating a 3-dimensional battle space. They were fighting an entrenched, invisible enemy, where every blind corner and service doorway was a potential fatal choke point. Back at the Taj, Major Sandeep Anikrishnan, a team commander with the 51 Special Action Group, led a 5-man hit team in a steady descent from the 6th floor. They moved methodically through the smoke-filled corridors until they reached the 3rd floor. There, they discovered a locked room where intelligence indicated several women were being held hostage. The team made a split-second decision to execute an explosive breach on the door. The moment the entrance blew open, the terrorists waiting inside unleashed a heavy barrage of automatic gunfire directly at the Commandos. In an instant, the meticulous tactical planning of the assault collapsed. The operation devolved into a chaotic, close-quarters firefight, where all strategy was stripped away, leaving only raw survival. During that initial exchange of fire, Commando Sunil Yadav was struck. His critical injury pinned the 5-man team down and severely compromised their position in the narrow hallway. Major Anikrishnan immediately broke cover. He stepped directly into the line of fire, laying down heavy suppressive shots while pulling his wounded teammate to safety. During the rescue, a bullet struck Anikrishnan in his right arm, but as the gunfire momentarily slowed, he noticed the terrorists attempting to use the darkness to slip away to another floor. He made a lone charge into the dark corridor to block their escape route. Over the radio, he issued his final order to his team: "Do not come up. I will handle them." Moments later, he was fatally struck in the back during the ensuing firefight. Major Anikrishnan's unilateral decision to absorb the enemy's aggression saved his squad. By pinning the terrorists down and blocking their escape routes, he forced them into a single restaurant, giving the remaining task force the tactical opening needed to eventually eliminate them. After 60 continuous hours of intense urban combat, Operation Black Tornado concluded. The National Security Guard successfully neutralized the remaining attackers across the city. The sheer grit of the military intervention yielded a massive result: the safe rescue of over 600 hostages from the targeted sites. For his supreme sacrifice, Major Sandeep Unnikrishnan was posthumously awarded the Ashok Chakra, India's highest peacetime gallantry award. The 26/11 attacks left a deep emotional toll on the citizens of Mumbai, casting a long shadow over the nation's collective memory. The 3-day siege exposed terrifying vulnerabilities in modern urban security. Yet it also immortalized the ultimate cost of defending a free city, a cost paid by the courage of soldiers who willingly stepped into the fire.